This was a really big week for Microsoft. They held an event in New York and announced a whole slew of pretty sweet products, including the new Microsoft Band, basically their version of a smartwatch / fitness tracker that looks pretty sleek to me, although a little pricey at $250. They also announced the Lumia 950 and 950 XL, with a lot of nice specs that you'd expect from any flagship phone coming out these days. It honestly is making me consider a Windows-based phone on my next upgrade, as Microsoft is making massive improvements in their mobile OS. Windows 10 Mobile really does look great, and with one amazing new feature called Continuum. This basically turns your smartphone into a dockable computer. Dock it with their docking station hooked up to a wireless keyboard and mouse, and you basically get a Windows 10 PC-like interface. Although not fully developed yet and apps and developers will need to support it, it looks pretty dang awesome. The Lumias can output to an external display at 1920 by 1200 resolution at 60 frames per second. And you can simultaneously still use the phone as a phone while you're computing on screen with it. Probably the biggest news has to do with the announcement of their new laptop, the Surface Book, and the new Surface Pro 4, which now uses Skylake, and comes in configurations up to 16 gigs of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of PCIe storage. This is on a tablet. That's more powerful than many mainstream desktop computers sold at retail, in a sleek portable tablet form. It's really so amazing. The Surface Book is deemed by Microsoft as the ultimate laptop. I think they may have that right. Of course, 2-in-1s are nothing new, and their design includes what they call a dynamic fulcrum hinge, which is a bit of an oddity as it leaves a little bit of an open space when the laptop is closed. But this is useful because you can actually flip the screen around so that when it's closed you don't have the keyboards exposed on the back side of the device, like on the Yoga style of notebooks. And since the screen is completely detachable, you can use it like a true tablet as well. It also doesn't use the typical 6:9 or 16:10 aspect ratio like most Ultrabooks, but instead uses a 3:2 ratio. And the resolution is a nice but weird 3000 by 2000 on a 13.5-inch pixel-dense screen and includes a Surface Pen as well. If you're in the market for a new laptop, this looks like a very interesting option and it's definitely one worth checking out. I hope to be able to review one soon myself. Although it's very premiumly priced, starting at $1499, $200 more than a roughly equivalent MacBook Pro Retina. Even on the high end, that Surface Book tops out at $2700, which is $200 more than an equivalent 15-inch MacBook Pro. Who would have ever thought Microsoft hardware would start to retail for more than Apple's offerings? But not to be outdone, Dell, who currently makes the best 13-inch Windows laptop on the market, the XPS 13, updated their full range of XPS laptops. The XPS 13 gets internal upgrade bumps to include the new Skylake chips, with PCIe available storage starting at 256 gigs, which should significantly boost overall performance both from a battery and computing standpoint. They claim battery life of up to 18 hours now, which is basically 2 full days of work and then some. I remember just a couple years ago, about 9 hours was considered amazing. The move to Skylake also comes with Thunderbolt 3 connection through a USB Type-C port, a nice added bonus. They also updated the XPS 15 that now includes the Infinity display, which is used on the smaller brother of the 13-inch model. So now it's basically just a 15-inch laptop in a 14-inch body and looks identical to the XPS 13, but with a bigger, higher-res screen, quad-core processors, and an NVIDIA 960M GPU. A great-looking workhorse laptop that should be able to play most games pretty well. Finally, Dell announced the XPS 12, which is a 2-in-1 tablet, but the screen is not tilt adjustable, which to me seems like a real deal breaker, so that's all I really want to say about it. But that's it for this week, guys. Please give a thumbs up if you have a second and click subscribe if you like. Otherwise, have a nice weekend.